Alright, so this is going to be my little relationship video, kind of about how getting pregnant changed my relationship in a negative way, because it's definitely been way more negative than positive. um, so, how teen pregnancy changes teen relationships. Also, my update video was really long, and I'm trying to upload it now into 2 parts, but I might have to upload it into 3 parts. So I'm really sorry that it's so long and stuff, and I hope you still want to watch it even though it's like almost 30 minutes long. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and so how I'm going to start this video is I'm just going to kind of talk about Casey and I's history as a, well, not just as a couple, just in general. So I met him when I was 12 in 7th grade. He didn't go to my school. We've never gone to the same school. Sorry, I'm really congested. I met him through, I was dating his friend Andy, like a 12-year-old relationship, you know how those are. So I was dating his friend Andy, and they were best friends back then. And Andy invited him to a school dance, and I met him there. And kind of like the first time I met him, I liked him a lot. And so I kept dating Andy for a little while, but we broke up not too long after that because I felt bad. Because I was kind of, Casey and I would flirt and talk, and I just liked him a lot. And I didn't really like Andy anymore, so I broke up with him, and Casey and I would flirt and hang out and have a little thing and stuff. But we didn't want to date whatever relationships were back in junior high, We didn't want to do that because of Andy. Because we felt bad because Andy still really liked me and all this stuff. So for about 3 years, Casey and I kind of had an on and off little fling, if you'd want to call it. We go through phases where we'd talk to each other a lot and flirt with each other a lot, and then we would just stop talking to each other completely. It was kind of weird. We just it wouldn't fight or anything. It's just we would stop talking to each other. And then so eventually we kind of had this thing, and we were both in Colorado Springs at the same time, and we had a thing then, and he met this girl there. I'm not going to go into details about that. But well, pretty much he lost his virginity to her, and I met this guy named Josiah while I was in Colorado Springs, and I really liked Josiah, and we just kind of, while we were there, after I met Josiah, we just stopped talking to each other again. And I remember a week later he texted me, and he was just like, hey, sorry for not talking to you this past week. And I was like, oh, it's fine, I like someone else right now. And he was like, oh, good, me too. And then we just stopped talking, and that was kind of the end of hold on, my mom's calling, so just a second. Okay, sorry about that. So that was the end of our little fling thing, and after that we would talk, but it wasn't flirting or anything like it used to be. It was just, and it was really rare, every now and then. And Josiah and I think that thing ended, and I started dating this guy, Reese. I dated him for a year and a half, and he dated this girl Kelsey for 11 months, and yeah, so we barely ever really talked, I don't even, once or twice, just kind of hey, what's up, small talk kind of stuff. And then after Reese and I broke up, we kind of started had a little flirty thing. It lasted very short, but I knew I had heard lots of stuff about him. Now my house phone's ringing, but I'm not going to answer that. So ignore the ringing. But I'd heard a lot. He was kind of a man whore. And I had heard about how he'd been cheating on all his girlfriends, and it's not good stuff about him. So I was kind of staying away. But then, so I dated 2 other guys in between, and then last January, we started talking again, and he was just kind of talking about like, hey, we should hang out, you should come over, we should hang out. And I kind of kept blowing him off because I just figured he just wanted to hook up with me because he'd been like that before, and I just wasn't like really interested in just hooking up. So, but finally I was like, yeah, we can hang out. And then while we were hanging out there, or that day we were hanging out with him and his brother and his friend, and he kissed me once. We like went in. He's like, come with me. I have to get something out of my room before we leave. Like, will you come down with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he was just like, can I kiss you? And I was like, yeah, like, why not? And so I kissed him, and then when we got back to his house later that night, we were hanging out, and I like made out a little bit, and then I left, and we kind of talked for like a couple days, and then we just didn't talk for like a week again. We just didn't talk for like a week, and then he texted me and was like, hey, I'm really sorry, I haven't talked to you in a while, and started texting me all this stuff like, I really want to see you again, like I missed you this past week, it's just been like a crazy week. So I hung out with him again, and we like kind of made out again, and then he was texting me later, and he was like kind of talking about how he wanted me to be his girlfriend, and I don't know, I kind of just felt, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that at first because I had heard all this stuff about him, but I just kind of like felt like, I don't know, like it would be different with me, and if not, then I wouldn't like, I don't know, get too upset about it or whatever, but I just figured like I might as well go for it. I kind of feel something here. And so I hung out where he's like, I'm not going to ask you over text. So I hung out with him the next day, and we were like laying in my mom's car because I didn't have my car because I had totaled it. And my mom's car has a sunroof, so we were like laying there watching like looking at the stars and stuff and talking. And then there was like a shooting star or whatever, and he was like, well, I wish for you to be my girlfriend. And it was all cute and stuff. But yeah, so then we got together, and after, like, not, like, let's see, we'd been together, like, that weekend, like, we'd been together, like, 3 days, and I went over to his house after work, and he told me about how he had kissed this girl at a party. I was like, really? Like, we've been together 3 days, but it was kind of like, I'm not really upset, because whatever, like, we've been together 3 days, I figured this would happen, and he was really drunk or whatever, and, I was like, whatever, like, I'm kind of pissed off, but it's not really a big deal. And he felt really bad about it. He was, like, really upset, and that's kind of one part of the reason as well. But then, when we had been together, like, exactly a week, I think, we were hanging out that night, and he just, like, was like, I don't think you should be with me. I'm gonna cheat on you. I don't want to do that because I actually, like, I really do like you. I just, like, I have an issue with cheating on girls. I've cheated on every girlfriend I've ever dated, and I don't want to hurt you. And so let's just, like, kind of take a little break, and so I can figure my shit out before I'm with you. And we didn't, like, change the relationship status on Facebook or anything. We kind of, like, kept talking, and that lasted not even a week, and we were back. Well, we went to this party to get, well, I invited him to this party that my friend and I were having, and he showed up so drunk, like he doesn't even remember getting there. He woke up and he was like, what are you doing here? And then he was like, wait, where am I? And he doesn't even remember there, like he literally got there and passed out. But the next day he was like all over me, kissing me and like stuff like that. And then so we're back together. And then within the first month of us being together, he cheated on me again, but this time it was worse. Um, he actually had sex with another girl, completely sober. He invited this girl over to his house and had sex with her. Um, like, I was pissed though, because it was right after um, I got done. Like, we had just had like a really deep conversation or something, and I told him I was going to bed. But he told me the next day, or I couldn't see him the next day, the day after that. But he told me he had to talk to me about something, and my friend knew, but she was like, you should hear from him. I don't know how she knew. One of her friends told her that was friends with maybe the girl he cheated on me with or whatever. And he told me, he's like, I don't even know why I did it. Like, I think I have a sex addiction problem. Like, when I get horny, I need girls right away. Because him and I were waiting a month to have sex. Because with all my other relationships, except for the one with Reese, because I was a virgin when I met Reese, like right away, even like before we started dating, almost I was having sex. Like, I went through this very slutty phase. So I thought, like, I don't know, if we really want to make this work, I think we should wait a little while. So we wanted to wait until Valentine's Day, which was almost a month. And so we hadn't had sex yet or anything, and he was like, I get horny, and I have to do something about it. I don't even know why. Like, I don't even like this girl. She's not even hot. And he started crying and was like, I'm so sorry to do this to you. And I had kind of known already that he was going to tell me that. I just had a feeling. And he started, like, playing all these romantic love songs and stuff. And I was just kind of like, hey, well, I'm not going to break up with you now. Like, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, well, we're not even in a serious relationship yet. I figured this was gonna happen. Like, I don't really care all that much. Like, it sucks that he cheated on me, but I'm gonna give him another chance, pretty much.